Today I want to talk about something very real and something that probably most of you can relate to. There are times when we don't feel so great. There are times when sometimes we feel a bit down for whatever reason, even if we don't have a particular reason. Sometimes it's just kind of existential angst, some anxiety that we feel in the body, and then some emotion comes. And we can pin it to a particular reason, a particular story, circumstances or whatever. But even without a reason, there can sometimes just be some kind of feeling of something's just not quite right, or just don't feel comfortable in my own skin, or something. Just I just want to cry maybe, and I don't even have a reason for it. And I'm sure you can all relate to it, because it's so common. And I think what's most common is that we pin it to a reason. We think that I'm feeling this way because of my circumstances, and then we overlook the actual feeling itself, and we focus on the circumstances, and we try to fix those circumstances so that the feeling we feel will be fixed. And often that doesn't really work. Perhaps it works temporarily, but then there'll be some other reason for the feeling that you feel. And actually that feeling is a call for attention. It's a call to just feel it. And that's not easy, I know, because it's often really uncomfortable. It can be really intense, and your whole body wants to wriggle away from it. But that's essentially what it is. It's calling for your attention. It's like a little child that has been neglected. And it actually has been neglected, because every time you distract yourself from that feeling, or blame it on the circumstances or the people or the situation, or you try to numb out from it, space out, or fill the space with being very busy, or technology, looking at your phone, Netflix, or whatever it is, you are neglecting that little child. And you can live in hope that someone else will give that child the attention that it's longing for, or the situation will create the perfect amount of attention so that this child that you feel can come to some kind of rest. Or you can give that child the attention that it's asking for in the only way that actually can work. Is that you yourself give the attention to this child. And that simply means when it comes, when the sensation is there, when there's emotion, when there's that feeling of you can take some time just to stop and feel the sensations in your belly, in the chest, or wherever it is in your body. And it's going to be uniquely however it is for you. Just take some time to feel it, to honor it actually, even to hold it. Hold this child, hug this child, maybe have a cry. And if this child even needs to express some anger, then okay, punch some pillows. Or find a way that fits for you to express that feeling, if it needs to be expressed. But often it's also just enough to feel it. Not everything needs to always be expressed, but it might. But just feeling it already brings some sense of relaxation to that child. Even if the feeling itself doesn't go away just like that, actually expecting the feeling to just go away is another form of neglect. It's a kind of pushing away. It's like, I'm only going to hold you and give you attention if you go away, if you sort yourself out, if you stop all this silly nonsense of feeling, which is perhaps how we were brought up. So to actually come full circle back to yourself, instead of expecting your parents or partners or anybody else to give you that love and attention and acceptance, stop and you feel it and give it to yourself in the only way that you can, and that is by attention. Feeling the sensation. Even if it feels at times that it's frightening and that it could even be so overwhelming that it would maybe even kill you. It can be frightening. It probably won't kill you. But sometimes we have to take what feels like the risk that it might even kill you or be so overwhelming that you wouldn't be able to handle it. Often that's just an idea, a fear. Often the actual sensation itself, when you do stop and feel it, isn't nearly as bad as you thought it was going to be. Actually, it's just simply a sensation. I call it the child, simply because it does feel like a kind of little child, you know. And perhaps it does have some background in your own childhood. And that child perhaps never really grew up because it wasn't given the full attention that it was looking for. It wasn't acknowledged and allowed and accepted just the way it is. And only you can do that with your awareness, with your attention.